Did you plan ahead, or you're just seeing what you're seeing right at this moment? Oh man, the money is good, right? It's flexible hours, so I'm gonna do it. Happy Wednesday, right? Happy Hum Day. So today, what are we gonna be covering? Again, how far your career is gonna go, right? Where you are gonna be, right? It's how far you are, right? Just like what we said, right? If you want your client to be happy working with you, be happy. If you want your client to be more specific with you, be specific. If you want your client to be more friendly with you, be more friendly. So, and today, what I really want to talk about again, on the 21 Irrefutable Law of Leadership, it's all really about the mindset. It's all really about how you are doing things, right? Everybody have the goal, but again, do you know how to navigate? We have the highway to sadness, to negativity. If somebody say, man, you are not doing well, you're like, go all the way down, right? But then we have the dirt road, right? Dirt road to success, dirt road to happiness. But that is what usually, people would do, right? Oh man, you look you have such an amazing dress. And then some people are like, oh no, it's not really that amazing. I just got it on a discount. I got a 10% discount at this store. That's why I bought it, Instead of, oh, thank you. I agree with it too. Right. So, so again, you wanted to make sure that you know how to receive. That's why we're asking you to celebrate wins, right? Some of you guys are still celebrating the wins. Some of you guys are not. So please do not fight yourself for it, right? Because again, it's all about the speed.
Law number 4 is the law of navigation. And the law of navigation says anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. I've often described leadership in kind of 2 terms. There's what I call the art form of leadership, and then there's a technical form of leadership. The law of navigation is a technical form of leadership. It's very tangible. It's point A to point B to point C. For example, the law of timing or the law of intuition, that's art form of leadership. It's much more subjective. It's much harder to get your hands around it. But Jack Welch was exactly right when he said, a good leader remains focused. Controlling your destination is better than being controlled by it. I think of the law of navigation, trying to get from one point to another. There's one thing, of course, that we have to understand, and that is if anybody is going to be a good leader and navigate, you have to know where you are, So what do leaders do? Especially if you're a good navigating leader, you see more than others see, you see farther than others see, and you see before others see. That's what good leaders do. Bill Eason said one time, realistic leaders are objective enough to minimize illusions. They understand that self-deception can cost them their vision. Or Max Dupree, my friend, said this. He said the number 1 responsibility of a leader is to define reality. What I have found about great navigational leaders is they're highly realistic, because they realize they have the responsibility of taking other people on a trip where they have never gone before, and they understand that they have to have experience and success. The great navigational leaders, they're been there, done that, but their excitement is taking people with them on the journey. How many of you have ever heard the expression, it's lonely at the top? Huh? You've heard that, haven't you? Now, every time we hear the expression, it's lonely at the top, we think that a leader said that. A leader didn't say that. Think about it for a moment. If you're lonely, if you're all by yourself at the top, you're not leading anybody. If you're at the top all alone, here's the thought. Get off of the top and go down to where the people are. Go down and find your team and take your team to the top with you. That's what leaders do. Doesn't that make sense? I developed a wonderful process that's helped me to navigate that I want to give to you. I want to walk you through this wonderful, wonderful step-by-step process of how to plan ahead. Are you ready? The letter P. The letter P stands for predetermine your course of action. In other words, as a leader, what do? The first thing I do is I determine where do I want to go. I don't wait till the crowd's saying let's go somewhere and then say where do I want to go. What's a leader do? Leaders predetermine. They think before others think. They see before others see. They've got that leadership edge. So predetermine your course of action. The letter L, lay out your goals. Basically, goals are nothing more than stepping stones. They're a process. So when I say lay out your goals, what I'm talking about basically is this. Use each one of your goals as stepping stones. Lay out your goals, develop them. Now, as soon as you lay out your goals, letter A comes into being. Because as soon as you lay out your goals, the letter A stands for adjust your priorities. I realize I have to adjust my priorities because you know what I'm doing? I'm doing things that are never going to get me there. You follow me? And I say, oh my goodness, John, why are you doing this? Because if you're wanting to really get there, so this is your destination, you're carrying extra weight. So predetermined course of action, lay out your goals, adjust your priorities, okay. The letter N, notify key personnel. Very simple. Take your key personnel and sit down and talk to them. And notify and share the vision. Anybody asks me, says, John, how do I know that I have a good team around me? I can tell you how you know you have a good team around you. Every time you give them something, they give it back to you at a higher level. They take and stretch and grow you. Notify key personnel. Letter A, allow time for acceptance. Because it's going to take a while. So allow time for acceptance. I can promise you, people change slowly. So give them time to kind of digest and process that in their own mind emotionally. Letter H, head into action. Get going. I mean, there comes a time you go. And by the way, leaders have a bias toward action. And so leaders love the head into action part. They say, okay, now it's time. We've been thinking and planning long enough. Let's go head into action. And as soon as you head into action, the letter E comes into place. Watch this one. Expect problems. The moment you create movement in the organization, the moment that you take action, expect problems. And somebody asked me one time in a conference, I raised their hand and said, John, why? Okay, help me out here. They said, when you say expect problems, why should I have problems when I head into action? I said, it's very simple. Motion causes friction. And the moment that you head into action, somebody realizes they're going to have to make changes. Head into action. Get going. Expect problems. I got problems. You got problems. We all got problems. Okay, expect those problems because they're going to happen. Okay? And as you expect those problems and as you're moving forward, understand it's not because you haven't learned. It's not because you're being a bad leader. It's not because you haven't done things well. It's just because problems happen to all of us. But after expecting problems, always point to your successes. Always point to your successes, and the reason for that's very simple. Because you got somebody in the company that will point to your failures, okay? This gives hope to your people. This encourages your people. And then finally, the letter D, daily review your progress. Daily review it. Sit down and say, okay, how am I doing? Am I farther along today than I was yesterday? I have found that the secret of navigation is preparation. And the best navigating leaders are those who spend time preparing themselves so that they can effectively take their people on the trip.
All right, just like he said, right? It's all about preparation and kind of like what he said, right? Expect, right? Expect problems. I love what he said too, right? Expect problems, because if there is no problems, you don't have to be here, right? If there's no problem, why would I hire more people? Why do you think I'm hiring another person to help me with monitoring all the chat rooms? Because there is problems, right? Why do you like watching dramas? Because it has problems. And you are wondering, how do they solve it? Did you notice that? The key is, how do you plan ahead, right? I know you might be like, wow, man, Phyllis, I'm just a virtual assistant. Why do I have to learn this? Because I don't see you as a regular virtual assistant. I see you all as a leader. That is the reason why it makes you different than everybody else. It really depends on how you treat your client and how your client treats you. I know that all the clients here that you have right now will plan a good retirement for you, because they are just like me. They will take care of you. So the question is, did you plan ahead, or you're just seeing what you're seeing right at this moment? Oh man, the money is good, right? It's flexible hours, so I'm gonna do it, right? What are you doing planning ahead for yourself, right? Again, obviously I'm talking about this in a big scale, right? But you can, what we always talk about, chunk up and chunk down, right? You can chunk it down too, right? How is chunking it down? Are you planning ahead for your time? Predetermine your course, your course of action. What are you going to do today? What is your intention? What are you going to be focusing on? because again, things is gonna flying your way every single day, right? Maybe the computer got shut down, maybe guys are just shutting off his light, right? Whatever that would be, am I right? And then you lay out your goals. Okay, I don't care, again, I have maybe 10 things I need to get done, but my intention is if I get this 3 done, right, I'm very happy. So you can say, okay, boss, this is the 10th thing I'm gonna do, right? That's technically kind of the time blocking. And then notify the key personnel, right? Let's say, Matt, she is actually have to make 10 calls to get this 3 client. What is she going to tell Abigail? Hey, Abigail, do not bother me. Do not talk to me. Do not, I'm going to just be on the call until I get the 3 people, right? So if I don't respond to you, I'm not rude. I'm just focusing on what I need to get done. Because if I get this done today, everybody will be very happy, right? Kind of like what I tell Star, right? Our goal right now, I set a goal, right? And that is her priority, is to convert, right? To convert at least 10 clients a week, and then she's gonna get a bonus, right? And then right now I can see, she's notifying everybody, hey guys, button up, right? We gotta get this done, right? This is what we need to do, right? Phyllis, this is what I need, right? She's talking to everybody who is gonna impact her with her bonus. Am I right? And obviously, allow the time for acceptance. I think this is the toughest one for me. And this is also the toughest one for your clients, okay? But regardless of what it is, head into action, right? Okay, this is what I need to get done, right? This is what they're hiring me for. So, okay, let's put my head in and just, do it. Sometimes we get intimidated. Oh man, this is a lot, right? I don't know how to do it. It's okay. Just get the, tiny little bites, right? Bite chunks, right? Right? And, again, obviously expect problems. There's going to be a lot of problems. Just like what I tell you day one, right? You're going to fail. You're going to fail forward. Just make sure that, you don't fail too heavily. And again, always point it to your success. That's the reason why I tell you, celebrate your wins, because you will fail. But because of all the wins that you share, the fail doesn't look as bad. Celebrate wins, because problem is very easy to be pointed out. And last but not least, daily review your progress. Compare yourself day one where you were and now where you are right now. Have you improved drastically?